हेलो। मैं खुद समझती हूँ मैम। मैं भी समझती हूँ। हेलो, हाँ जी, am I audible now? Am I audible clearly? जशन आवाज आ रही है मेरी हुन बच्चे? ओके, तो जल्दी जल्दी शेयर कर दो वीडियो ਨੂੰ ਆਪਦੇ फ्रेंड्स ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਸੀਰੀਜ਼ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ which are going to be from Henry Fielding and Samuel Richardson. ओके जी, चलो. Why does Parson Adams in Joseph Andrews turn around before reaching London? He has run out of money, he misses his family, he has left his sermons at home, or Joseph wants a companion. हाँ जी, जोसेफ एंड्रयूज ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਰਸਨ ਐਡਮਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਮੁੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਲੰਡਨ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ? He has run out of money, he misses his family, he has left his sermons at home, or Joseph wants a companion. Yes, he has left his sermons. ਇਹ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੀਸਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਾਰਸਨ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਪ੍ਰੀਸਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? ਇੱਕ ਏਰੀਏ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੀਸਟ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਰਸਨ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਲੰਡਨ ਆਪਦੇ ਸਰਮਨਸ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਇਹ ਇੰਨਾ ਭੁਲੱਕੜ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਦੇ ਸਰਮਨਸ ਹੀ ਘਰੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਵਾਪਸ ਮੁੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. What are the names of Pamela's parents? Paul and Rebecca Andrews, James and Deborah Andrews, Luke and Susanna Andrews, or John and Elizabeth Andrews. What are the names of Pamela's parents? Names of Pamela's parents: Paul and Rebecca, James and Deborah, Luke and Susanna, या John and Elizabeth. Yes, it is John and Elizabeth Andrews, right? Pamela ਦੇ parents ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ John and Elizabeth Andrews. The History of a Young Lady is the subtitle of Pamela, Clarissa, Jane Eyre, or Mrs. Dalloway. The History of Young Lady is the subtitle of Pamela, Clarissa, Jane Eyre, or Mrs. Dalloway. आंसर्स फटाफट करने ने बच्चे ताकि अपना फ्लो बनया रहे. History of a Young Lady is the subtitle of, yes, Clarissa by Samuel Richardson. Okay? Samuel Richardson the novel Clarissa the subtitle है. Fielding portrayed Dash as the brother of Pamela, the heroine of Richardson's family. Fielding ने किसनों पैमेला दे ब्रदर दे तौर ते दिखाया है आपदे नॉवल दे विच? गुड इवनिंग हरमन, जोसेफ, टॉम, जेम्स और जॉन. Fielding portrayed Dash as the brother of Pamela, the heroine of Richardson's family. हाँ जी, yes, it is Joseph Andrews. Okay? ਇਹ ਸੀਗੀ ਪੈਮੇਲਾ ਐਂਡਰਿਊਜ਼ ਤੇ ਜੋਸਫ ਐਂਡਰਿਊਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੀਲਡਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਨੋਵਲ ਹੈ. ਜੋਸਫ is depicted as Pamela's brother. On which novel's title page it is written in the imitation of the manner of Cervantes, author of Don Quixote? Tom Jones, Pamela, Joseph Andrews, or Sir Charles Grandison? On which novel's title page it is written in imitation of the manner of Cervantes, author of Don Quixote? Tom Jones, Pamela, Joseph Andrews, या Sir Charles Grandison? हाँ जी, यस, जोसेफ एंड्रयूज, डॉन क्विक्सॉट दी तरह इट वॉज ए पिकारस नॉवल। ठीक है, डॉन क्विक्सॉट दी तरह एक पिकारस नॉवल सीगा। ओके, what pseudonym was used by Joseph Andrews for the जोसेफ एंड्रयूज नहीं, हैनरी फील्डिंग। मैं हमेशा हैनरी फील्डिंग ਨੂੰ जोसेफ एंड्रयूज कह जानी हाँ ते लिख भी दिता। फॉर द पब्लिकेशन ऑफ शमेला, कॉनी सिबर, रॉनी किल्बर, कॉनी कीबर या जॉनी कीबर। हैनरी फील्डिंग ने शमेला पब्लिश करवाने दे लिए केड़ा सूडोनिम यूज किया सी? कॉनी सिबर, रॉनी किल्बर, कॉनी कीबर या जॉनी कीबर? Yes, it was Connie Keyber. It was Connie Keyber. By which housekeeper Pamela is treated with love and care at Mr. Duke's estate. ਕਿਹੜੀ ਹਾਊਸਕੀਪਰ ਪੈਮela ਨੂੰ ਬੜੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਟ੍ਰੀਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ as Mr. Duke's at Mr. P's estate? Mrs. Jervis, Mrs. Jukes, Mrs. Fairfax or Mrs. Janice? It is, yes, it is Mrs. Jervis. Okay, Mrs. Jervis. What is the relation of Lady Davers to Mr. B in the novel Pamela? Friend, mother, sister or wife? What is the relation of Lady Davers to Mr. B in the novel Pamela? Friend, mother, sister or wife? Yes, she is Mr. B's sister. To whom do you attribute the unfinished work, The History of Mrs. Beaumont? Henry Fielding, Samuel Richardson, Alexander Pope or Jonathan Swift? किदा वर्क सीगा ये The History of Mrs. Beaumont? Henry Fielding, Samuel Richardson, Alexander Pope या Jonathan Swift? The History of Mrs. Beaumont was written by, right, Samuel Richardson. The last work see, unfinished see. Who is the brothel owner in Clarissa who helps Lovelace in molesting Clarissa? Clarissa ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ brothel owner कौन सी? Mrs. Spenlow, Mrs. Sinclair, Mrs. Sinclair or Mrs. Sinclair? Brothel owner कौन सी? Yes, it was Mrs. Sinclair, right? It was Mrs. Sinclair. What is the full form of RP? Received pronunciation, Republic pronunciation, Russian pronunciation or recovered pronunciation? Hello RP. What is the full form of RP? Full form of RP? Yes, it is very good. Received pronunciation, right? The Haunted House is the subtitle of The Vision of Mirza, Cato, Rosamond or The Drummers? The Haunted House is the subtitle of The Vision of Mirza, Cato, Rosamond or The Drummers? Hanji, very good. The Haunted House is the subtitle of Drummers. The writer see Joseph Addison. Okay, Joseph Addison. All right. Who is the second most quoted writer in English after Shakespeare? John Dryden, Ben Jonson, Alexander Pope or John Milton? Second most quoted writer after Shakespeare? John Dryden, Ben Jonson, Alexander Pope or John Milton? Yes, it was Alexander Pope. Very right. Who is called the Prince of Classicism by Professor Eaton? Alexander Pope, Jonathan Swift, Spencer या Ben Jonson? Who is called the Prince of Classicism by Professor Eton, Alexander Pope, Jonathan Swift, Spencer या Ben Jonson? Prince of Classicism. Yes, very good, Sharon. That was Alexander Pope, right? A variety of language developed for some practical purpose among groups of people who don't know each other's language is called pidgin, creole, dialect or accent. Variety of language ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਵਲੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਲਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾ ਸਕੀਏ। That is, ਹਾਂਜੀ, very right, that is pidgin. Yeah, that is pidgin language. Swift was suddenly incapacitated by dash late in life. A horse riding accident, brain cancer, a paralytic stroke or a heart attack. इस वजह दे नाल स्विफ्ट जिहड़े ने ओह हैंडीकैप इनकैपेसिटेट मतलब काफ़ी कुछ करन दे लायक नहीं रहे सी। की चीज़ होई सी उन्हां दे नाल? Horse riding accident, brain cancer, paralytic stroke or a heart attack? Yes, it was a paralytic stroke क्योंकि उन्होंने शुरू तो ही brain दी problem सी। Which club was founded by Jonathan Swift? Kit Kat Club, Cat Kit Club, Crazy Club or Writers Club? Which club was founded by Jonathan Swift? Kit Kat Club, Cat Kit Club, Crazy Club or Writers Club? Yes, very right. It was Kit Kat Club. G. Kit Kat Club. Jonathan Swift's Tale of a Tub is about warring political factions, struggling lower class people, controversial philosophical documents or contending religious parties. Tale of a Tub किस चीज बारे सी? Warring political factions, struggling lower class people, controversial philosophical documents or contending religious parties. Yes, it was contending religious parties. Religious parties सीगे ना बच्चे, Catholic, Protestant, ठीक है? It was about religious parties. Which Augustan writer's epitaph reads, "One who strove with all the might to champion liberty." ਇਹ किस राइटर ਦਾ एपिटाफ सी? एपिटाफ मतलब ਜਿਹੜਾ ग्रेव ਤੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, ਕਬਰ ਤੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਪਰਸਨ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਨੇ ਕਿ ਪੂਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਆਜ਼ਾਦੀ ਦਿਵਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ। Alexander Pope, Joseph Edison, John Dryden or Jonathan Swift? One who strove with all the might to champion liberty. Yes, it was Jonathan Swift. Very right, Jonathan Swift. Which of the following writers is not involved in writing periodical essays? Richard Steele, Joseph Edison, Samuel Richardson or Jonathan Swift? Which of the following writers is not involved in writing periodical essays? Richard Steele, Joseph Edison, Samuel Richardson or Jonathan Swift? Periodical essays इन्हां चों कौन नहीं लिखदे सी? रिचर्डसन नहीं लिखते सी बच्चे, स्विफ्ट ने लिखे हैं, स्विफ्ट ने कंट्रीब्यूट किए हैं। सैम्यूल रिचर्डसन नहीं लिखते सी, प्रिंट करते सी। ही वॉज प्रिंटर ऑफ आर्टिकल्स। ठीक है, प्रिंट करते सी आर्टिकल्स, लिखे नहीं सी। ठीक है, A Good Man is the subtitle of Richardson's Clarissa, Pamela, Sir Charles Grandison or Sir Charlie Grandison. A Good Man is the subtitle of which of these novels? Clarissa, Pamela, Sir Charles Grandison or Sir Charlie Grandison. Hurry up, hurry up. Yes, it was Sir Charles Grandison. Very right, Charles Grandison. Who is the writer of A Journey from This World to the Next? Henry Fielding, Samuel Richardson, Jonathan Swift, or Joseph Addison? Who is the writer of A Journey from This World to the Next? Henry Fielding, Samuel Richardson, Jonathan Swift, Joseph Addison. Yes, it was Henry Fielding. Very right. In how many books Joseph Andrews is written? 2, 3, 4 or 5? Joseph Andrews किन्नी books विच लिखा होया है? 2, 3, 4 or 5? Yes, it is written in 4 books, right? It is written in 4 books. What is the name of Joseph Andrews' beloved in the novel? Farney, Fanny, Fancy, or none of these? What is the name of Joseph Andrews' beloved in the novel Joseph Andrews? Farney, Fanny, Fancy, or none of these? Yes, it was Fanny. Very right. It was Fanny. What is the name of Mr. B's estate where Pamela works as a maid? Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire, Bedfordshire or Longbourn? Mr. B ਦੀ estate ਦਾ ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪੈਮਲਾ as a maid ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ? Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire, Bedfordshire or Longbourn? Yes, it was Bedfordshire. पर दूसरी बार ਉਹਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ Lincolnshire. ठीक है? What is the sub-genre of Fielding's Joseph Andrews? Romantic novel, epistolary novel, psychological novel or picaresque novel? Sub-genre of Fielding's Joseph Andrews. Romantic novel, epistolary novel, psychological novel or picaresque novel? हाँ जी. Yes, very right. पहला मैं 10 के ही हटियां. It is a picaresque novel. In which novels subtitle do you find the word foundling? Tom Jones, Joseph Andrews, Pamela or Clarissa? In which novels subtitle do you find the word foundling? Tom Jones, Joseph Andrews, Pamela or Clarissa? Yes, it is Tom Jones. Tom Jones, a foundling. Foundling का मतलब होता है orphan. In which year Richardson's Pamela got published? 1741, 42, 43 or 44? In which year Bridget Sons Pamela got published? 1741, 1742, 43 or 44? Pamela, the publishing date 1741, 42, 43 or 44? 1740 सी बच्चे, मैनू यही लग रहा सी भी ऑप्शंस गलत ने. 1740 सी. ठीक है. At what age a child could become a thief according to Swift in the Modest Proposal? 4, 6, 7 or 8? At what age a child could become a thief according to Swift in the Modest Proposal? 4, 6, 7 or 8? Yes, at the age of 6 years, right? The degree of force with which sound or syllable of a word is uttered is called intonation, stress, rhythm or pause. हाँ, right, Aarti? Shamela 1741. जिस डिग्री ऑफ फोर्स ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਸਿਲੇਬਲ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਆ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ? ਇੰਟੋਨੇਸ਼ਨ, ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ, ਰਿਦਮ ਔਰ ਪੌਜ਼. Yes, it was stress. It was stress. Intonation is related to tone. Okay? ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਫੋਰਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ. Okay? A term which refers to the sequential characteristics of language. When we construct words and sentence, we follow a certain order in arranging the individual items. That is syntagmatic, synergy, performance, or paradigmatic. A term which refers to the sequential characteristics of language. When we construct words and sentences, we follow a certain order in arranging the individual items. That is syntagmatic, synergy, performance, or syntagmatic. Yes, syntagmatic relations, sequential. ठीक है, ऐदा जड़े हुंदे ने horizontal, right? Dash means a form of language that shows the accent and way people talk in a particular region. Dialect, idiolect, sociolect or isogloss. Form of language that shows the accent and way people talk in a particular region. Dialect, idiolect, sociolect or isogloss. Yes, it is dialect. Very right, it is dialect. In The Rape of Lock, Belinda's guardian self is unable to prevent the Baron's fatal mischief because he discovers an earthly lover lurking in Belinda's heart. He is disturbed by Clarissa's speech. The view is blocked by the imposing figure of Sir Plume. He is yet to return from a visit to the cave of Spleen. Ariel guard कर रही सी Belinda ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੋਕ ਪਾਉਂਦੀ Baron ਨੂੰ Belinda ਦਾ lock ਕੱਟਣ ਤੋਂ? Because the sylph, क्योंकि Belinda ਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ कुछ feelings आ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ Baron ਵਾਸਤੇ, Peter Baron ਵਾਸਤੇ. In the late 17th century, a battle of books erupted between which two groups? Cavaliers and Roundheads, abolitionists and enthusiasts for slaves, champions of ancient and modern learning, the Welsh and the Scots. Battle of books ਕਿਹੜੇ ਦੋ groups ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ? Battle of books erupted between which two groups? Yes, champions of ancient and modern learning, right? The four moral essays of Alexander Pope are addressed to carefully selected figures. Identify the correct group. Simons, Newton, Martha Blount, Wellington, Lord Cobham, Lord Robert Walpole, Houghton Hall, Chandos, Martha Blount, Lord Cobham, Bathurst या Wellington, William III, John Haydon, Joseph Edison या John Dennis. Alexander Pope ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਇਹ poems ਸੀਗੀਆਂ four moral essays, ਇਹ ਉਸਨੇ ਕਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਲਿਖੇ ਸੀ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਚਾਰ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਸੀਗੇ? Which were those four personalities? Yes, it was Martha Blount, Lord Cobham, Bathurst and Burlington. All right. Water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. The lines from Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is a clear example of satire, paradox, irony, or assonance. Water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink is an example of, yes, irony. ठीक है कि हर पासे पानी था सी, but because it was sea water, it was salty, it was not consumable. All right. Okay. Samuel Richardson wrote dash novel. Samuel Richardson ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ novels ਲਿਖਦੇ ਸੀ? Anti-sentimental, allegorical, sentimental ਜਾਂ autobiographical? Samuel Richardson wrote dash novel. 45 ने Sharan 45. He wrote, yes, sentimental novel. Okay. Which literary period did Henry Fielding belong to? The Augustan, Restoration Age, Jacobean Age, or Elizabethan Age? Which literary period did Henry Fielding belong to? Henry Fielding के literary period में belong करते सी? Yes, he belonged to the Augustan age. Very good. Augustan age. Which two of the following authors were known for writing satire? Pope and Milton, Swift and Ben, Pope and Swift, yeah, Spencer and Johnson. Which two of the following authors were known for writing satires? Yes, it was Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift. Right? Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift. Knack is Thomas Shadwell. Which of these is a voiceless sound? इन्हां दे विचों केड़ा consonant voiceless है? Which of these is a voiceless sound? H, Y, B, ya, M. Which of these is a voiceless sound? Yes, very good. It is H. Absolutely right. Which age is also called as Age of Enlightenment? Romantic Age, Victorian Age, Augustan Age, or Restoration Age? Which age is also called as Age of Enlightenment? Age of Enlightenment is, yes, Augustan age. Age of Enlightenment, age of prose and reason, age of Pope. On the Morning of Christ's Nativity by Milton deals with Christ's incarnation and crucifixion, man's redemption, anarchy in the world, or all of the above. On the Morning of Christ's Nativity deals with किहड़े टॉपिक्स कवर कीते ने? They are all of the above, right? They are all of the above. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. The above line taken from Shakespeare's poem are an example of simile, allusion, symbolism, or satire. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. Son of dullness, बच्चे, son of Flecknoe. Mac is son of Flecknoe. Yes, it is symbolism. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. It is symbolism. दुनिया ਨੂੰ कंपेयर किया है स्टेज ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ठीक है? कंपेयर नहीं मतलब सिंबल यूज किया है. Men and women players, ठीक है? Exits and entrances means birth and death, ठीक है? Exit ते entrance, death ते birth ਲਈ symbol यूज किया है. All right. Chalo. Dash, particular point in a narrative at which the conflict or tension hits the highest point. It is a structural part of a plot and is at times referred to as crisis. Climax, anticlimax, resolution, or denouement. Particular point in a narrative at which the conflict or tension hits the highest. Climax, anticlimax, resolution, or denouement. Yes, it is climax. ठीक है? ट्विस्ट आंदा है जदों कहानी दे विच क्लाइमैक्स हुंदा है, टेंशन वध जांदी है. Swift said, I wrote dash to vex the world rather than divert it. The Modest Proposal, Gulliver's Travels, Tale of a Tub, Battle of the Books. ਕਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਨੋਵਲ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸਵਿਫਟ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਵਾਲਾ ਨੋਵਲ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਨਫਿਊਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੈ? The Modest Proposal, Gulliver's Travels, Tale of a Tub, or Battle of the Books. Yes, it is Gulliver's Travels. Okay. ਹੁਣ ਕੱਲ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ प्रिपेयर करोगे. अगली साडी एज आ जाती है रोमांटिक एज. So you will be preparing from the first writer Wordsworth. Okay, romantic age, the intro, say Wordsworth. All right. So thank you so much everyone for today. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Have a very good day and keep learning everyone.